Steve, Telegraph now, while according to Isaiah, I remember rightly, actually looked it up, all flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. But the church is maybe taking this a little too literally.
Possibly. The Church of England's looking at human composting, which makes you think they must be struggling to get those flower beds sorted. So bishops could establish a consultation group to assess theological considerations as the church looks to meet net zero targets. And the buzzer goes off, and that's the thing that changes this story. Yeah. Because now I've said net zero, people who are predisposed to hate this. But think about it. What's the difference between cremation and one of the other options? So you've got, instead of just burial cremation, you then have the human composting.
Which is using a sort of, some sort of chemical to break the human down, is it?
Well, they've got microbes involved in this.
Because we're all compost in the end. It just takes the worms a while to get into the coffin, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Well,
it's not as if the worms see it and go, oh, I better not, out of respect. So this chemical way of doing things, you use this lye, this alkaline, this metal hydroxide, which I have a bit of experience with, because at uni we got the scary story to tell you why you should really watch out for the alkalines. Everyone thinks acids are bad, but there was a story of the guy who's got some alkaline spilt as a solution, then dried off, so you just get like a white powder.
Right.
He picks up a box with some white powder on it, moves it away, he just goes, oh, never mind. The water in the fingers reactivates it as a hydroxide solution, and burnt his fingers off.
Wow.
All the skin off the front. So we then, and this is what you do as a chemist, you wash your hands before and after you go to the toilet.
Yes, OK, right.
Same as a chef when you're cutting chilies.
You don't want to de-glove yourself with alcohol, do you?
No. But it's just a chemical reaction.
No, I think it would work.
Burning.
I heard of a thing a few years ago, and I don't know whether it caught on. I think they were doing it in Scandinavia, which was essentially like treating human cadavers the way that they make instant coffee. It was a sort of freeze-dried process. So it'd be like snap freezing and then shattered using ultrasound, and so you become granulated. And then you could just be, well, I mean, you wouldn't actually be used to make into a hot drink, but the point is you can be dispersed quite easily, and it's very low energy use by comparison with cremation. I think is probably a pretty, I mean, that does always feel to me like a needlessly dramatic and grueling process.
Do you know, this is the happiest I've seen you all day, Simon.
There's got to be a moment, though. You do need the moment where you register that that's it. There's, curtains or whatever. Anyway.